of the presence. Can anybody figure out what it means? Deprivation of the presence. I'm watching a movie online, and they said the thing that hurts us the most, and which brings us to hell, is the deprivation of something. Wow, the light is so nice in here today. I like to bring on the white light. In this short video, I'm going to be presenting to you, and you know I have to do things a little bit different, right? Right now I know I've got some probably people from BioAmber that are going to come on to watch this, but this has nothing to do with BioAmber. But this has something to do with bringing the light. And always, I've been doing this is 7,305th video, if I got this right. I used to look a little kooky at the beginning and sound kooky. I don't look so kooky anymore from my mouth to YouTube, but many have said I still am kooky looking. These golf balls, right? I just went out and took a bunch of golf balls that my father likes to collect as he's walking down the course. He says, "Oh, it's a golf ball," and he just puts it in his bag. It must be lost. Sitting here all, oh my God, it's sitting here all alone, a golf ball. This is a Volvic. I'm not sure if you can see that. This is about, I think, $50 a dozen. In fact, these 30 is over $120 for these golf balls, 2.5 dozen of Pro V1. You know, some people collect cans, other people collect golf balls. So anyways, I brought 300 golf balls to the golf shop, and they bought them all, and he starts looking through the balls. I said, "Are you looking for the Titleist Pro V1s?" I said, "You won't find any." And he went through all the boxes and he found 3. I was very upset with myself because I thought I took them all out. Because these 30 golf balls I can sell for $1 each. In fact, I can probably sell them for $1.50 each, right? If I wait long enough. But I'm just going to sell them for $1 each. And that's what it is. The guy they gets golf balls. He pays 10 cents for the golf ball. He finds all these Pro Vs and he can pick them up self $1. So he pays one guy 10 cents, picks himself up $1. So if you want to know if some of these entrepreneurs are making a little bit of money off of your golf balls you're bringing in, if you're bringing in 2,000 or 3,000 golf balls, look for these Pro V1s. Anyways, let me move on with the video. Okay, I also had for sale, right? Look how beautiful that is, right? You can get up to $140 for one of these if I brush it down. I'm selling these also. I got a couple of these. And it sort of breaks my heart, okay, because I feel that in the future, somewhere in the future, I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it. I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? I just, somehow when I was watching Game of Thrones, like this one came up. I don't know why. The 00, the single 0, which encompasses the 00, one idea, and number 8, right? But if you look at it this way and you think about it, it's like the club. Now, if you look at it this way, you can see 1 8. If you turn it this way, you have the other 8, but if you turn it around, you only have 1 8. And I can just be holding it here. Just crazy reality, you know, like crazy reality, like what I can do. Oh, look, I have a piece of paper. Can you believe this? It's 30 inches long. And you would say, how in the world is it 30 inches long? And I would just fold up this piece of paper. You know, if you don't use your mind, there is never any information. And you don't process anything. How do you want to receive if you can't have any imagination in science? And since I started doing this for a little bit. I'm not going to drop it so you don't see. Just remember one thing out of this. This just cost me $3. And you're asking why? Time is money. So now that we look at this, we're going to say, well, oh my God, look what happened to that 8-inch piece of paper. It's now 30 inches. Okay. I wanted to do this video about numbers. Apple cider vinegar. Oh man, don't you like to sit with all the old grannies from the 1800s talking about all that herbal medicine? Or going out to the Nepali Islands or the Nepali mountains and getting that beautiful bee honey that when you take a sip, it's like, whoa, that bee honey, crazy natural medicine. Oh man, it just touches me. Natural medicine, just so fantastic. Or elements of knowledge, the club inside the omega. What is happening inside? Oh, it's only a bubble. But what's happening inside the bubble? And every so often, inside the bubble, something comes out. You don't sometimes see something coming in, and as it gets magically put together inside the bubble, something comes out and you go, whoa! What came out of the bubble? What came out of the bubble? This was the bee that I just designed. So I was going to do this video on numbers. And since we're 6 minutes into the video, I don't know if anybody's going to stay here for the entire video because the average view time of videos is usually 3 minutes. Let me take this back to the. Does everybody see that thing flying in the air? Oh, it just went up. Can it just go up? I went to see the movie or watch the movie Queen. And during the movie, the record producer said, who is going to want to listen to a song that's more than 3 minutes? But if you apply something into a song that makes it more than a song, people will listen to you. So I'm into the 7th minute right now. I haven't said anything that is going to améliorer, which means to make your life better. I'd like to send out some prayers. My cat is missing. That's right, my cat 420 went missing. Maybe he's just stoned. My cat is missing. A friend of mine, she says he looks like he has a sad face. So I was going to call him the Sandman. Let's just throw that away. A friend of mine usually calls me up when he's not in the office. He doesn't have a computer at home. He likes to stay away from the new world if possible. And I said, since you call me up for all that information, I said, you can't call, you said, you can't, what name would you give me besides Ronnie or Ronald? He said, I said, you can't call me Siri because that name is used and you cannot use the name Android. So he had mentioned to me that I should be called Bianco. And then Bianco actually means to be tied up with one, C-O-N-E, bi meaning two, DNA made up of one, DNA made up of one, and strands, the land of milk and honey, through the sun, into creation, ending in ND, A-N-D, land of honey. I didn't use of. When you use the word of, it becomes 66, which could be woman or freedom. Honey or ho, which is creation, 8 and 15. The 8 ball to the 15 ball is almost reflective from the 8 ball to the 7th ball. So it depends which realm we're talking about. Having Y on the end, or EY, meaning electronic earth, DNA through the sun of creation, the half-life. And Y, 1 times 6, 1 plus 6, will create 6 and 7. This honey and this land is actually the same on different levels. Different levels. Can you see where the different levels are in this? I'm going to explain it to you if I can remember. Yes, 6 and 7 equals to 13. 13, same two numbers, equaling to 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is the DC world, or 1 plus 3, 1 minus 3 equals 2 and 4, 9 lives of the cat. But it's only an expression. 2 and 4 is an expression because 2 is 4. in the crosswords. So now we're into 9 minutes and 54, coming into the 10th minute. And I think I'm going to leave out the numbers in this. And actually, I'm going to give you a quick reload of these numbers before I end with this. Where am I over here? It's this part over here I wanted to speak about, which I'll speak about in the next video. I like when I do this. See the way you bubble this? And then, anyways, in this over here, what do these three numbers have in common? In blackjack, we stand on 17. Wait a second, let's start up here. What is 0.5? All odd numbers split in half will equal to the 0.5 or the E world. One split in half, the one center gives you 50 points in darts. It is red. We have the Lotto 649 in Canada where they put a red dot in the middle of the 6, but there's a blue dot inside the 9. Because at birth, we're not running through the same spirit. We're just being alive. We're still transforming through birth until, like, at what point of life did you start to remember, like, oh my God, I'm on planet Earth. But did you say that when you were 2 years old? Do you remember when you were 2 years old? Let's go back to this 0.5. 1, angel. 3, creation in the B world, 1 and 2. 5 is the energy, electronic spirit. 7 is the gateway to the 9, birth, living in the 6 man. 17 in blackjack, 3 by 17, 51 Mars. 1 plus 7, 1 minus 7 is 6 and 8, and that is the splitting of the 9 lives of the cat, equaling to 6 man in the 8 heaven. The game of craps will tell you that the odds on this, or payout, is 7 to 6. You bet 6, you get 7. When you minus these two over here, when you minus 1 from 7 or add, wait a second, 6 and 8 minus, I'm just trying to look, there was something over here, 5 and 7. I forget where I got the 5 and 7 from. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. The moon is this number. 14 is DNA in through the moon. I forget where I got this. Yes, the number 6. Plus 1 and minus 1 through 6 equals 5 and 7. Plus 1 minus 1 through 8 equals the birth to the gateway. 3 times 5, 15. 1 and 5 is 6. We're on Mars. 3 by 7, 21. 2 and 1, 3, creation. 3 times 6, 18 brings us into birth. 3 times 8, 24 equals rotation. The percentage of creation of life. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 by 7 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. Command and create of the Christ. Stand on 17 in blackjack. 3 by 17 equals to 51 in Mars. Loi means law in French, and reverse it to oil or 10. On this side, I'll be going over 17, 18, and 19. Because of the French language, I end up with this equation over here. Not only just because of the French language, because of also the way the English, or the way a cube is created. Everything, some things remain singular, like 1. Some things are singular or the beginning as 2. And the minute that comes together, we have 3. After that, 4 is repeated. 5 is a reflection. Okay, the 2 is the exact same thing, and inside 5 you will find 3. But 6 is a combination, and it becomes the half-life because of the division of these 2 dots to all the extremities that give you your dimension. What do you call it? The greatest diameter, that when you're measuring a TV set, right? Distance and height. Hines. Distance and height. Hines. That is the moon element, the crown of the moon element. Raphael, I will bring these numbers up a little bit later. Raphael, 7286, in a constellation of Pegasus. What is constant? Constant learning, constant knowledge, knowing, listening, hearing. People are put down. Some people react. Some people don't. Some people, if they cannot... I was just reading over this post, and if you can't convince somebody with facts, if you can't convince them, because as you're convincing them, they already have put something inside their own minds. Then there's, no matter how much you'll transmit the message over to whoever is listening to the reality of this truth, they'll never believe it, because nobody knows the actuality of that, of everything. Like the situation, there's, and I'm just going to do this, there's Vinmar, there's Mitsui. Some won't understand this, though. Some of the people have made it to the end of this. But Vinmar and Mitsui. Mitsui signs Vinmar to a contract through BioAmber. Mitsui holds patents and IPs, or whichever way it is. It doesn't matter if I say it properly the way it is, because they have put money into the company. Now all of a sudden they're at arm's length and fighting in Asia. You know, who's going to get the sales? Well, Mitsui, of course, will get the sales. Maybe give it over to Vinmar for smaller packaging of sales. And voila, we no longer need BIOAQ, the main company. And all the BOD that was in the main company of BioAmber worked for these even larger companies, and they're still working there. So we tear apart this core with all the debt, and we just distribute it all around, and you continue the alpha omega sequence, taking out the prime source of the debt and just getting rid of it. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.